conspiracy theories are exercising the muscles of logic, exercising the muscles of skepticism, playing around with the haiku of if then, playing around with what we feel about the government and other people and stuff like that. And you're playing around with all of that in kind of a semi-safe zone. And even watching you just do it here, where you bang out that stuff and say, this is the stuff I question, what's coming out of that poetically, and let's not even talk about whether we went to the moon or not. What's coming out of your style of inquiry on that kind of thing, your style of skepticism, is just fascinating and beautiful. And I see the conspiracy thing as not so much a breaking down, which I used to see it as, a breaking down of science and reason, but I see it as rather a creation of a new form of poetry.
You know where the rubber hits the road with conspiracy theories right now? Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the rubber hits the road.
Now,
that's where people that are not conspiratorially minded are like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. What, all the cameras were bad? Oh, the guy was on suicide watch? He tried to commit suicide, and then they're like, well, don't do that again. And then he did it. Like, if you talk to people that have been locked up, they take away everything, man. If you've been on suicide watch, they fucking take away everything. Mm-hmm. And you find this guy who's got a broken neck, and he hung himself. Like, how? How did he hang himself? Can we see the video footage? Oh, sorry, the cameras were broken.
I think hanging yourself is wicked hard.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy when you're in a jail and they take away all your shit.
Have you been to jail?
No, never been to jail.
I was only in jail overnight, but...
I mean, if you're on suicide watch, man, they make it hard for you to kill yourself. And they watch you.
And if you're... Is that what suicide watch means?
Yes, they watch
good,
you.
Thank you.
They watch you so you can't kill yourself again. That's the
But they
idea.
watch you every 30 minutes or something?
What the fuck was the psychologist thinking that took this guy off suicide watch literally a couple of weeks after he tried to commit suicide? If someone tried to commit suicide, you know, and speaking as it was a guy who's had friends commit suicide, they're fucking thinking about it for years, man. Some of them, they go back and forth day to day. Some of them.
Some of them just do.
Yes, yeah. Some of them just do that. But when someone does actively try it, they're not going to just be fine while they're in fucking prison awaiting trial for having sex with kids.
It seems like Jeffrey Epstein's life was going to get really worse from what it was a few months before.
Could be, or other people's lives are going to get really worse because Jeffrey Epstein's now in jail and they're digging deep into his past. And, well, I only flew with him 26 times. 26 times, it ain't a lot of times to fly with a guy. I don't understand what the big deal is. We flew in a jet. We rode a bus together. He was on the back of my bike.
Do you know people that know Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Me too. And a lot of them, it really was that.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Well,
hung out a little bit.
There's many people that feel like he was an agent and that he was trying to compromise people. And that's one of the things about this whole Lolita Island thing is that they would compromise people. They would compromise people by having a bunch of young girls who are very sexy, who were hired to go and flirt and maybe even have sex with people, and that these people were young. These girls were like 17, underage, perhaps underage some places, perhaps not underage other places, but incredibly embarrassing. And, you know, for the people,
an agent
compromise
for whom?
Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of thoughts, but that's one of the things about when he got arrested. Was it the prosecutor or whoever it was that cut him the deal? Literally was quoted as saying, "I was told he's above my pay grade, and that he was intelligence." That's the quote.
Really? The intelligence thing?
Try to find that quote. Yeah, try to find that quote. Yes, the guy said, this was when he gave him a lenient sentence many years ago. Was it 2012 or something?
No one seems to know how he
got his money. Yeah. Well, the fucking $70 million penthouse that he had in Manhattan was given to him.
Right.
Given to him.
Yeah.
Who the fuck gives someone a $70 million house?
Well, I was kind of hoping you would to me.
I don't have one.
Okay.
If I have a bunch of them, I'd give you one.
I got to run.
You got to go now?
No, just joking. I was here to get a $70 million house.
Oh, you were told wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guy, look, I've talked to people many times that work for intelligence agencies, and there's a lot of weird shit that they do. And one of the things that they do to compromise people is they get them involved in weird stuff that could be very bad for them if
Yeah.
it comes out, and then they have influence over this person. And if you got a guy with a voracious sexual appetite, I mean, there's a few of those fellas out there, and you know, hey man,
You're very
I'm
proud
out,
of that, aren't you?
I'm out of office now. I'm just fucking hanging out, having a good time with Jeffrey, and we're just flying around. I mean, come on, man. It's highly likely. One of the guys that I know that knew him was also a freak, like a sexual freak. And I'm like, okay, I think I see a pattern here. It's very likely that that's what was going on. This guy was compromising people and probably absolutely a sex addict himself. And I believe all the women that say all the horrible things that he did to them and hired them for things and had underage girls do sexual things with him. It's probably true. It's probably true. He's probably a fucked up, twisted dude.